All right, y'all. Fair use from Tampa Bay, Channel 10 Tampa Bay News. I don't know what news affiliate, so look it up yourself. I just gave you the reference. But anyway, as you look at the video, consider subscribing, throw up them likes. Cash App $ Winston Spivey. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everybody had a good weekend or Juneteenth if you celebrate such a thing. All right. Look, the man right in front of me, or with the newscaster was talking about, is Faizon Love. You can see a little image of him in the bottom part. Okay. Probably if you're an older cat like me, you know who he is. He did Big Worm on Friday. He was on Elf, probably if you are more like in the mainstream side or whatever. Okay. If you are probably my white fans, you guys know him as played a role in that. I think that's probably one of his most successful roles. Okay. End up getting a lot of friends, ended up making, some pretty doggone good money doing that role. Did some other stuff too. He did a lot of stand-up comedy. I remember seeing him in person when I was in the Army in El Paso. Okay, put a pretty good show on. This was way back in like 98 or 99. So, yeah. I think through this, you're able to see that the acting industry ain't what you think it is. A lot of them guys are going broke. A lot of your rappers, actors, entertainers, with COVID pretty much done ravished the industry or whatever. And now you have like things like Netflix and Tubi and Amazon Prime. All these different networks has pretty much denigrated our traditional TV scene, or things where you can go to concerts and all that. You really don't have to do that anymore because you can look at that stuff in the privacy in your own home, and it is contracted by companies like Netflix. Okay, but Faizon Love is in court because look, the guy is in some serious trouble. All right, he's was released from jail. He was in jail for 16 days. 16 days. He was arrested in Riverside County and brought to Hillsborough County, which basically Tampa, Florida, okay, to discuss a child support case, but he didn't show up for court. And that was the main factor of him getting arrested in the first place. Yep, child support of $250,000 in debt of child support. Now, some arguments that he made was since 2019, he ain't made but $19,000. It's argued that he makes a little bit of money from Elf for some of his royalties and all that. But he claimed he really ain't been getting a whole lot of, stand-up gigs and that kind of thing. And that he really didn't have a place to stay. A lot of his actor friends were, giving him money, helping him out and stuff like that. And he drove a 1999 car, which I do believe probably because even your average entertainer was making about $65,000 a year. Now that's when I checked back in 2019, because I had aspirations of getting into cast roles and extras and that kind of thing. And many of those guys, they get paid per gig. I don't know, $1,000 to $5,000. You maybe can make a little bit more, okay? But your actors, they do live check to check. Now, I do believe probably at one time he may have been making good money to do, I don't know, X amount of money. I understood from this case that he had to pay like $2,500 a month for his daughter. And I believe, once again, at one time he probably could do it. But look what's been happening since 2020. These guys been going broke, so how he's able to work, and so forth. And they put him to jail. They put him in jail. How is he going to be able to work? You know, to be able to come up with some money. But probably his best deal was to, when his money was tanking, to try to work it out with his kid's mom and be like, look, we need to go to court and make some adjustments. I ain't really been making as much as I have, and see if they can reduce it and do to where he could pay some money. You know, it's one of the things that you really can't blow off. And that's just not, you know, and I know it is based on the father's ability to pay. Okay. But really in the end of the day, that it's going to take both these parents or whatever to take care of the children. It's really all about the best interest, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. Yeah, he's been released, and I understand that he has another court date on the 1st, which I'm pretty sure that he's expected to show up to, you know, maybe in the midst of that, between now and then, today's the 22nd, maybe he could do something where he can maybe try to get some gigs or whatever, okay? And what he needs to do is to start social media, maybe try to get on IG, YouTube, that kind of thing. And I think when he started tanking, that's what he should have done in the first place, and maybe invited some of his comedy friends, or maybe did some comedy and stuff like that on YouTube and all that, okay? Like, he's got all the talents right there, but it's just, you know, putting it together. And then social media is like the new industry, okay? It was something he should have been doing probably at least, I know, the last, 6 or 7 years. And he's got the doggone clientele to do it, no doubt. All right. He knows a lot of comedians. You know, he's well respected. So, you know, really in the end of the day, he's going to have to try to do what he got to do to try to figure things out. So I hope them the best. And I hope it's not really a thing that he's going to end up going to court again, I'm saying, in a adverse light. Okay. And to get this matter straightened out or whatever in, you know, in a positive fashion. Okay. So let me know what you think. All right. And so forth. Hopefully I said a few things that could stimulate thought. I pay child support myself. It is what it is. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, take care of your responsibilities, take care of yourselves, and more content coming real soon.